millions of people in India may not have invested in stocks, mutual funds, or even bonds, but they are investing in cryptocurrencies, in everything from Bitcoin to Ethereum to Solana. And one of the startups, or rather unicorns enabling that, is CoinSwitch Kuber. I have its founder and CEO Ashish Singhal right here with me.
CoinSwitch, which helps retail investors invest in cryptocurrencies via an app, was founded in 2017 by Ashish Singhal, Govind, Soni and Vimal Sagar Tiwari as a global aggregator of cryptocurrency exchanges. In June 2020, it launched Kuber, an India-focused crypto investment platform. While Bitcoin is the best-known currency, CoinSwitch lets users invest in dozens of other currencies as well and has benchmarked it to the Indian rupee, with investors allowed to invest as little as 100 rupees to get exposure to the burgeoning but potentially risky asset class. It became a unicorn last year when it raised over $260 million, led by new investors Coinbase Ventures and top Silicon Valley fund Andreessen Horowitz, or A16Z. While cryptocurrency has had a tumultuous time in India because of uncertainty over regulation, it is gaining increasing traction as an investment avenue. CoinSwitch's registered user base as of 10th May 2022 is 18 million, making it one of the largest crypto platforms in the country. While 15% of its total user base comprises women, cities such as Delhi, Kolkata, Pune, Mumbai, Lucknow and Patna became the early crypto adopters. While it started with crypto, it eventually wants to become a full-fledged wealth and investment platform.
Ashish, you know, it's quite stunning. You release these statistics quite often. And there are millions of people in India, not just from the metros, but from the smaller cities, who actually invest in crypto. And this is the first investment that they've made. And the average age would be what?
So 25 to 26 would be the average age, and about say 60% of our users are coming from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So
but do they even understand like ye kya hai, wo kya hai?
They do, because of their age, they're very young. We have to understand they are the Twitter first generation, right? They're born on the internet in a way, right? And they spend most of their time learning new technologies. They understand crypto in a way that this could be the next internet. And they want edge in their portfolio, and that is why they come and get attracted to crypto, not just because of as an investment tool, but also because they feel that this could be the future of the internet itself.
Right. The show is called Bits to Billions. Right now you're in the billions range, but take us through the bits.
Sure.
I mean, you are from Meerut.
Yes.
Tell us about your family.
Sure.
Were there entrepreneurs in your family who inspired you?
So my family don't have any entrepreneur. So my father's side is entirely doctors.
Okay.
My mother's side is entirely engineers.
Okay. So they wanted you to become either a doctor or an engineer.
And I'll tell you the story as well of that. So have two elder sisters, grown up in a middle class family in Meerut, born and brought up in Meerut, schooling Meerut, and at reaching in 11th is where you have to choose your direction, right? Either medical or engineer or something else. And I was so confused that I chose both. So I have bio and math to start with, but within the first 3 months I realized that probably maths is something that I love, right? And I thought that this is my calling and I should just pick that up and go for it. And from there on I've gone toward the engineering path.
So you were someone who was always studious, good in studies.
Yes.
So just like they have Sharma ji ka beta, like Singhal ji ka beta, that kind of.
So I would always top in my school, setting records of different things altogether. And I was always inspired by my father, although he's not an entrepreneur, but how he has grown up, how he became a doctor. He lost his father very early in his life. So he had a lot of responsibilities of his siblings, himself, getting into college. He worked odd jobs as a mechanic, as various places to pay for his study. So that standing on your own two feet is kind of comes from him, right? And be independent, creating something amazing is what he has given me those qualities, and I look up to him. He's my obviously hero in setting the path for my entrepreneurship as well.
Right. So when did the urge to start up actually begin? Because you did your engineering from NSIT,
Yes.
and then you worked with Amazon for many years. Then I think you tried starting up, and then you went back to work, and then you started up CoinSwitch again. So did you meet someone who inspired you, who told you that, maybe you should do your own thing instead of working for someone else?
Yeah, so I always wanted to start something. I didn't know it was called entrepreneurship. I don't know if I can spell it but I always had that urge to create something. I was always a creator. I was always building things, even in my childhood. But when I actually saw Google, that's where I realized the power of the internet. How such a simple thing, just input bar can give you access to the entire internet, right? And that actually gave me an idea that I have to start something on the internet, and this is what I have to create, something which is so simple yet so powerful, right? And then learning about Steve Jobs. I know it's a cliche now, creating dent in the universe, but I've always lived by that, and maybe someday I will end up creating a dent in the universe.
Yeah, but okay, internet is fine. So why not e-commerce? Why not edtech, food tech? Why crypto?
Let me tell you a bit about myself, and then probably you'll understand why crypto. So apart from working in companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Zynga, leading a lot of their product and tech, interesting thing about three of us, the co-founders, is that we are all hackers. So any hackathon in India that you can think of, we would have won it, including Sequoia Hack, Google Code for India,
People
LinkedIn
better
Hack.
watch out, Ashish.
Ethical hacker.
Ethical hacker.
I am an ethical hacker. So and that's how we used to spend a lot of time on Reddit, on different places, on the internet, learning about new tech, so that we can build new and cool stuff, right? And that's how we came across Bitcoin white paper. Being the engineers that we are, introverts that we are, Bitcoin and the blockchain seem like the place for engineers, right? Where code dictates what happens rather than people dictates what happens, right? So for us, actually code is reality. For every engineer, what a person says may not hold true, but what a code says will always hold true, right? So that's how we got into crypto, and that's how we got attracted to the entire blockchain and the crypto space.
Again, the CoinSwitch journey itself has been interesting. You started out as an aggregator to check. I remember one quote you said it was supposed to be a hack and it became a company.
Yes.
That's an interesting statement to make,
Sure.
Ashish. So when was it a hack and when did it become
Sure.
a company?
So back in 2016, obviously we were interested into crypto, but at that point there were not a lot of opportunities to do something in crypto.
You must have read the famous white paper.
Yes, exactly, right? And that's where we realized that it's a new way, it's a new word altogether, where code dictates what happened, not
And
people
for
dictates.
an engineer, code is sacrosanct.
And the engineers that we are, the introverts that we are, we obviously love code more, or trust code a bit more always, right? And that's where our fascination for the crypto industry started. Interesting story, in 2015 when I started my first company, I wanted to start in the crypto ecosystem itself, but Bitcoin went through a crash of 10x at that point, and everyone that I would meet and say, oh, this is probably the worst performing asset that you can start in. And I was an engineer, I didn't know too much, so I wanted to start a company where I could learn the fundamentals as well, and that's where I went away from crypto at that point, but crypto always remained with me. So me, Govind, Vimal started trading crypto, starting investing into crypto back in 2015-16, and we realized that the price of a crypto used to vary across exchanges because it's based on supply and demand, right? So on one exchange you will find Bitcoin to Ethereum, 1 Bitcoin equal to 10 Ethereum, on another you will find 1 Bitcoin equal to say 11 Ethereum, right? And we wanted to get the best price when we were trading. So we built a hack where our algorithm will bring prices from different exchanges, tell us where to trade at what point in time, so that we are always ahead than anyone out there. And we made that public, realizing that, oh, if it's our problem, it might be the problem of maybe some more people, right? And we launched it in, I think, June of 2017. Within a month, we were doing $1 million GMV a day. While we were working at other companies, and we realized that our revenue was more than the companies we were working at that time. And that's where we thought that probably it's the time to start this as formally as a company.
That was CoinSwitch 1.0. I think the 2.0 happened in July 2020 when you launched Kuber for Indians who want to kind of invest in crypto. Like if I want to buy Bitcoin, I can just go to your app and do it. And I think that was a game changer as well.
Absolutely.
Because you have now what, 15 million?
18. Today, as we said, we have 18 million users. So back in 2017, the idea was that, oh, this was a hack, but we also wanted to simplify crypto. You don't have to go to exchanges, understand complicated graphs and order books, even then, and get into crypto very, very quickly and easily. But at that point, simplicity obviously is not objective. What is simple for you might be difficult for me, right? So we defined our simplicity is that the moment our parents buy crypto, we know that we have made it simple.
Have your parents brought crypto?
So I'll complete this story. So in 2020, after the RBI ban got reverted, we got the opportunity to come to India. And that's where we are started working on that mission to simplify crypto. Today's retail user is used to the experience of Swiggy, Zomato, one-click food ordering.
So you wanted to be the Swiggy of crypto.
We wanted to be as simple as Swiggy, right? And cab booking is single click. We wanted crypto to be that. But crypto in 2020 was very complex. Complicated order books, graphs on exchanges. Sometimes even I've been in crypto for like 8-9 years now. Sometimes I would buy instead of sell or sell instead of buy because it was so complex experience, right? And that's where CoinSwitch Kuber originated, making it as simple as ordering food online, right? A click of a button away to buy and sell any crypto starting with just ₹100. And within the week of us launching is where my mom did KYC without even telling me and bought her first Bitcoins. And that was one of the proudest moments
So you got your mom to buy Bitcoin?
I didn't ask her to buy and she did it on her own, and I think that was more fascinating. My father in the same week bought as well, and because obviously he is 70 years old, his PAN has a mismatch in the name, he had to create a ticket to get his KYC done. It was all done smooth for him, and then he was able to buy as well. So within a week or two, both my parents ended up buying Bitcoin.
So your parents are holding to their portfolio or holding their portfolio?
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
Tell us about your crypto portfolio. So are you big on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano? What are your, or even the meme coins?
So before I say something, obviously everyone should do their own research before investing, and this is not an investing advice. When we started, there was only Bitcoin and Ethereum as the OGs of crypto, and that's why our thesis has always been 60-40, 60% Bitcoin and 40% Ethereum. It has evolved over the time. Now there are some of the amazing projects that are coming in. So the thesis is now 50-40-10.
So 50 is Bitcoin, 40 is Ethereum, and 10
is other coins. I, to be honest, don't invest in meme coins so much. I invest in projects that I feel could be, the next blockchain, the layer 2, the layer 3s, or the even layer 1s, other layer 1s.
Matic and Solana.
Solana and Avalanche and places like these. But obviously, these are risky projects. They still have yet, a lot to prove.
When I look at crypto entrepreneurs in India, I almost feel like, they need 9 lives or, they need nerves of steel because something or the other keeps happening. You're constantly operating. Will my business exist tomorrow? I'm just, one circular away from either being shut down or losing my trading volumes. So your BP and all is normal? I mean, how do you manage?
No, I think amazing question, right? And this is true for all entrepreneurs, but for crypto entrepreneurs, this is on the edge.
You're always like on the edge.
So I think the opportunity that we get to innovate in this space is obviously higher than other spaces, right? And I think with that opportunity comes a bit of negative sides as well. So as a crypto entrepreneur, now I've been in this space for 5 years. I've seen China banning crypto in 2017, RBI circular. I've seen multiple crashes of Bitcoin. So we have gone through all these cycles, and I think the market has prepared us for this journey quite well. It's tough. Every day is a challenge. I don't know if we have ever gone through a quarter with what we decided to do and ended up doing the same, because things churn very quickly.
What do you tell your employees? Because I'm sure they must be like, "Arey Ashish, RBI is saying this, SEBI is saying this, FM is saying this." What do you?
So there is definitely, so the kind of people that we hire are believers, right? and they know that the opportunity that we have in front of us is much bigger. These small challenges would keep on happening. So like I always say, it might feel like a marketing line, but CoinSwitch is not just building a company, it is building an industry. So the things that we do today here would be the norm of the industry going forward.
CoinSwitch founders are all engineers who are passionate about coding and technology, having participated in a series of hackathons across India. After working in leading global firms such as Amazon, Microsoft, Accenture and Zynga, they started up together in June 2017.
Okay, so we are in conversation with all three founders of CoinSwitch, Ashish of course, Vimal and Govind. The good news is I'm not meeting them in Dubai where everybody in crypto and Web3 seems to be there these days, but right here in Bengaluru. So Ashish, why are so many people moving to Dubai, and hopefully you guys have no such plans? You're going to be right here in India.
Yes.
Building.
So
CoinSwitch.
let me first address the second part. We are here, we will be here. We are building an industry, like I've said multiple times, and for that to happen, we have to be here, and for all its goods and bads, we have to figure out how do we build this industry in India, not just for ourselves, but for the entire crypto and the Web3 community. Why so many people are going outside is because of clarity, right? Crypto is a space where innovation is endless. It's just getting started. A lot of entrepreneurs are excited about building in this space, but they obviously cannot function with uncertainty. And what the products that they are building are like the infrastructure, the HTTP, the TCP of the internet itself, right? So it's a global product in the making, and that's why they find it much easier in other countries where some regulation, some clarity is there.
Even with this 30% tax, 1% TDS, there is still uncertainty, or has that perhaps driven more people away?
I think that impacts traders more than innovators per se, but definitely yes. If somebody is building, say, an NFT marketplace, and it has to build a different marketplace for India because he has to take care of TDS versus a global marketplace, and the intermingling cannot happen because of the TDS structure, then might be building outside might be a better solution for that.
Right. Vimal, how tough is it to find talent? I mean, people are lured to all different countries, and then even here you have to fight with other crypto startups, with the hyperscalers, with your internet behemoths. How do you guys manage?
So earlier it used to be difficult when we started in our early days, but currently it's not that difficult, even though we are figuring out. But now since we have a clarity, people are able to figure out Web3 is the future. We are building the industry here. We are building the next gen internet, the next version of the internet. So now people want to work on the cutting edge technology who are interested in that.
But Govind, one constant complaint that we see from users, from investors is on tech issues, on complaints not getting resolved in time. And other exchanges we speak to say that they would love to invest more in tech, more in product, but they are just so distracted by all the noise around policy, what the government is saying, what the regulators are saying. So does that come in the way of user experience, product experience? Do you sometimes wish there were lesser distractions from other corners?
Yeah, definitely. So there's definitely a part of external factors which impacts your priorities, which impacts to focus on the part of some of the customer facing items, right? At the same time, what we have learned over a period of time is that these noises would be there. We have to figure out a way to work with them.
It's part of the
journey, right? And it's part of, as per learning that is essentially the way it modeled us, or the way it changed for us, is that we tried to make sure that the team is aligned towards the same goal, right? We keep re-emphasizing on the same mission statement, same focus on that these will continue to happen. It will take time, it will settle. Don't worry about it. It's not nothing to focus on those front, right? Because that distraction is huge. Every few days we know that something or other will come as a blast and suddenly take your attention towards it. So that's been focus on that.
So although there are distractions out there, and how we have structured our team to still deliver user value first, is that we don't optimize for 100% of our team's bandwidth. We only optimize for 80.
Right. Ashish, is this perhaps one of the toughest phases for CoinSwitch Cubase since the time you started? Because there are like many things happening at once, right? You have the 30% tax, you have the 1% TDS, then you have the UPI issue where, you know, banks are kind of halting UPI payments. What impact has this had on your business?
So I wouldn't say this is the toughest. To be honest, this is probably one of the better parts of the years.
That's saying something.
We have seen RBI ban, we have seen China banning and, you know, market crashing. We have seen multiple even worse situations than this. I think today where we stand is much better. At least this year, recognizing in the budget as virtual digital assets, separating currency use case to CBDC, having that clarity is very
so
welcome.
At least it's a path to making something.
Yes, right. Taxation, we know it's a bit higher. 1% TDS definitely could be, you know, a bit of a negative turn for the entire industry, and 30% is definitely higher. And we expect that over time this would be equated to other asset classes like stocks and securities, and our taxation would come down, but it's just the matter of evolution.
Do you think a consolidation is inevitable? Like, you know, because of all these pressures, not all exchanges will be able to survive?
So consolidation will happen not just because of these circumstances, but also because of the market conditions itself, right? We have seen a lot of you know, downturns and the bear and bull market cycles in crypto, and these would inevitably happen again and again, right? What we have seen in these cycles is good companies stay and do better and better. Companies who haven't figured out their fundamentals, who haven't figured out their business models, usually merge or shut down in those phases, right?
So it kind of separates the wheat from the chaff.
Yes, exactly. And we have seen 2 cycles already, and we have survived those well. Coinbase has seen 3, and that's where you see good companies coming out who survives these cycles. So there is definitely a consolidation, and that would happen over the period of time, but you would also see amazing companies emerging, like Matic emerged from that 2017 crash. We emerged from that 2017 crash, right? So you definitely see good companies like Facebook emerged from the .com bubble, right? So you will definitely see amazing companies coming out as well.
Right. Finally, do you guys still get time to hang out with each other? I mean, you've known each other for 15 years, you know, right from your college days. So do you still get time to spend?
Almost every week we are hanging out, right? And although working and then probably hanging out, but hanging out.
Lines could be blurry at times, but yeah, we do.
So what do you guys generally do when you all meet on weekends?
So going out at times, playing cards at home, being with family, everyone's family together, having barbecue nights at times. So different flavor to the mix.
Nice.
And sometimes we just sit and talk. Right?
About work?
About life most of the time, figuring out, you know, how the life has changed, how it has evolved, and where we are going, how can we do better. CoinSwitch has grown from, you know, nobody knowing us in the last 2 years, today multi-billion-dollar company, and in that phase we all have to step up time and time again.
Ashish, are you going to, you know, mint an NFT out of this? Is that the plan someday?
So that actually is. So let me tell you this story, and you know, I'm very bad at art.
I actually can't see. That's pretty good.
So I still remember the days of my engineering college. Engineering drawing was the subject that I dread, and I'm very bad at it, and it has given me nightmares. Even today, sometimes I have those nightmares. So the idea was that once the NFT got introduced and the whole artist ecosystem started adopting to NFTs, I thought of, obviously as CoinSwitch, we want to get into NFT space as well.
So that's an ambition.
That's an ambition, right? So, and I thought that, okay, while my team is building that product, why not I be the first user of that product?
User creator, right? So, and that's where me and my wife loves painting. So we together, and this is an exercise that we do together as well, is creating this painting, creating graffiti art, and then converting it to an NFT. Probably the first creator on our own platform. So when is that happening? When is the NFT marketplace or the NFT?
Probably soon. Probably soon, and it's going to be a different product launch, and we'll keep you posted on that. But the idea is that I want to be the first user of my own product and see how it functions and how it can help the entire NFT community, and sell this as probably one of the NFTs, donate the money that I receive, and the person buying it receives the physical art as well, right? So that's
So this is
where
like total
it started.
skin in the game
Exactly.
approach.
Yes.
But apart from NFT, Ashish, CoinSwitch, how is it going to evolve?
Yeah.
Because you've also spoken in the past about how it's not going to just be crypto, it's going to be wealth tech, fintech. So can we see you entering stocks, mutual funds, wealth advisory? Is that a
Yes.
big...
So that's the plan, right? India with a population of over 100 crore, you see only 1% or less than 1% of Indians investing beyond fixed deposits. The idea is, how do we democratize investment in India and make money equal for all, and that's our mission. Crypto obviously serves that purpose to an extent, and the new finance and old finance need to merge together to create a better financial ecosystem for the middle class, for everyone in India. And I come from middle class, so I can relate to the struggles of the middle class, where we didn't have money to pay school fees or college fees, and I wouldn't be here if the people in my life didn't help me overcome those challenges. So the idea is, how do we be the helping hand, be the platform of choice, where people can actually grow their money with the opportunities, say, the HNIs has in India. How can we democratize it and spread it across to everyone in India?
Right. The other big trend is metaverse, and this is where things are going to converge.
Yep.
NFTs and crypto is going
Yep.
to be like, the currency there.
Yes.
So how do you see it evolving? What role can CoinSwitch
Sure,
play?
sure.
Will it play a bridge role perhaps
Yes.
between Web 2, Web 3?
Yes, so exactly, right? So CoinSwitch is actually a bridge between Web 2 and Web 3 companies. A user in the metaverse doesn't need to know, which blockchain it is built on, what token to pay in that metaverse, how to interact with different functions in that metaverse. Ideally, a CoinSwitch login would be the perfect entry into the metaverse. He can still pay with fiat for anything that he does in metaverse, any experience that he want to enjoy in metaverse, without worrying about blockchain, cryptos, and be a very simple interface that we want to be, and CoinSwitch would be that gateway.
If you have to give us two big trends that you see going forward for that CoinSwitch can take advantage of, what will it be? Will it be lending? Will it be something else?
Sure,
In terms of the big picture going
So
forward?
I think the biggest thing that we should end up solving if we want to democratize finance is decision making. Today, if you buy say a Tesla stock, it is up 10%. User still doesn't know whether to sell it or to buy more of it. Because he come into the investing ecosystem through friends and family, he learns, he's very active, but he doesn't know how to take further decisions, right? And I think that decision making is what paralyzes him in taking further action, learning more about finance. It's very daunting. It's not been taught in schools and colleges, right? So how do we create a platform which can educate people, have a bouquet of investment options, and helping them understand how to go about investment, right?
Got
So
it.
end-to-end journey, and this is the example that we take today. We are a crypto company. We are now moving towards an edtech company where we make financial education much easier before we become a fintech company.
Right. Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Ethereum.
The book that you like the most on crypto?
I'm forgetting the name of the book, but Andrea's book that everyone reads.
One thing that Amazon taught you?
Customer obsession.
One thing that your first startup taught you in the way you run CoinSwitch?
Failure is okay.
What do you do on a weekend?
I spend some time with my family. If I get some time, I either paint or going on walks, going on dinners outside. So yeah.
The book that influenced you the most outside of crypto general?
Steve Jobs' biography is one that I read very early and that inspired me. Creating dent in the universe.
One entrepreneur you look up to?
I think Mark Andreessen is amazing, and I think getting Andreessen Horowitz was a dream come true to CoinSwitch, because I've always looked up to him.
An Indian entrepreneur you look up to?
I think Kunal has done a fabulous job. Sachin and Vinny Bansal have done amazing. I think these are my heroes here.
Your dream investor?
It was Andreessen Horowitz, Mark Andreessen, and I'm lucky to have them.
Favorite meme coin?
I think Dodge is my favorite meme coin.
Twitter or Facebook or Discord?
I think Twitter is much better.
Your leadership mantra?
Optimize for success, but be ready for failure.
Your productivity hack? On that note, thank you so much, Ashish, for taking time out and talking to us. And here's wishing you the best. And hopefully we will see CoinSwitch evolving from crypto to edtech to wealth tech to fintech and whatever broad ambitions you have going forward.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you.